Hello everyone, in today's video, and as far as you can see, we will play Project Hunt, but before that we are going to investigate what happened here last night. And it was quite a spectacle down the valley, and it was a big male bear and a mother bear with a cub, and they had a confrontation. And I don't know if the cub survived, but we didn't find any body, and we found only blood and the fur of the bears, and probably they managed to get away. And this is very usual here in our area, because the area where I live here in Transylvania is very infested with bears, and basically they are like pests at this moment. And I don't say it with a grudge or with a bad meaning, folks, but this is the situation here. And there's many cases where people are attacked and mauled and killed also, and especially tourists. And as far as you can see, a lot of fur was ripped out of one of the bears, and probably the cub or the mother bear was defending the cub. And here, as you can see, we have livestock that is roaming around this area. And these are pathways of the sheep that are making, and it's attracting all the wolves and bears into this area, unfortunately. And this farm is like from a kilometer from us in the next valley, and they have a lot of problems over there with these animals. We didn't, because we have these dogs, and our dogs are very sharp regarding protecting our property. And these are our smaller dogs, the working terrier type. And we have also the bigger ones, the Cane Corsos and Presa Canarios, and since we have these bigger dogs, we don't have any issues with nor wolves nor bears, and they do not approach our property more than 500 meters. And it's very interesting that also deer figured out that predators are avoiding our place, and they are coming into our place to rest. And here, as you can see, this is the big bear that is frequenting our area, and probably this was had the altercation with the mother bear. And unfortunately here somebody spooked it, and I couldn't continue the video. And now you will see that we will step into Project Hunt. And this is a game that I downloaded from Steam, and I was watching other YouTubers' videos about it, and I was very curious what's going on here. And I had to learn from the Steam information that this guy who is making this game, it's a one-man army, one-man band basically, and he was at one point a DLC developer for Call of the Wild also. And you can tell that he's very handy and very crafty about things. And folks, I have to tell you that this video is sped up twice, because it would be like an hour long, and sorry for the spoiling of the fun and the immersion and the real footage of the real impression of the game. I had to speed up because I didn't want to waste like half an hour. And as far as you can see, this game is very immersive and very interesting, and you can tell that it's done by somebody as a one-man band, because it has no limitations and no political correctness limitations basically regarding how it's developed. But it's developed with mind and brain, and it's very good taste also. It's not a game like you wouldn't enjoy basically. It has a lot of good ideas, and also it has some twists at some places. And I don't want to spoil the fun, folks, but you will see what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, I had to restart this game quite a few times because it seemed too empty. And then the dev told me that you have to hunt like 100 animals on each map to open all the species, and then you will have a lot more population on the map. And yes, indeed, I spent like 10 hours in this game, folks, and on this map. And indeed, I opened all the species very fast, and the area started to be populated, and the animals started to show up, and it started to be so fun. And I basically did the Call of the Wild trick with the tents, and I started to place them on these mountain tops, and just do the tent hopping basically to open this map as fast as possible. And after that we will have fun as usual, as we are doing it in Way of the Hunter and Call of the Wild also, which is basically more like, I don't want to say realistic, but I don't know if you can turn it off, the X-ray vision and this outline thing in this game, but hopefully he will implement it and it will be able to turn it off, because that's how I like to play Call of the Wild also, with this hunting sense and the X-ray vision turned off. That game is also so much fun with this kind of approach, at least for me. And me, somebody who never did a grind in Call of the Wild and never had a great one and probably will never have, you can imagine I'm playing it for a very long time, that game, and I have hundreds only the harvests because of the playstyle that I'm doing, and this is what I'm intending to do with this game also, so it won't be a grind. And as far as I know, yeah, you won't be able to do this kind of thing because it's a little bit different, and I don't really know how the mechanism of the animal spawning and whatnot is functioning for now. But as far as you can see, the animals are decently modeled for now, and probably it will be updated and more chiseled or more detailed in the future. And also the map probably will receive more updates, and as far as I can see, folks, in Steam this game receives updates almost daily, and the developer is so responsive. And here, as you can see, I opened every animal by now, and this is like 10 hours of work, folks. And also there is an Easter egg mission in this map, and I don't spoil the fun, you will maybe stumble upon it, and after that mission, folks, you will have some surprises on this map, and you will see what I'm talking about. And if you play this game. And here, as you can see, I stumbled upon these lions, and folks, I'm after the elephants because this was the main thing for me, because none of the major titles are offering this kind of thing, and I think there are few games that are coming out and will have elephants in it, but this is basically the very first game that is offering this kind of thing. I mean, the very first open world game, and I'm so curious about this experience that I will have, because I never played a game with hippopotamus and elephant in it, and no rhinoceros. And as far as I know, there's rhinoceros also in this game, but I don't know which map, so probably that will be another video, folks, and it will be like half an hour videos, and I will go through all the maps like I did with this one, spending 10 hours opening everything, and then leave my impression. And I don't want to yap too much in excess, basically, but here, as you can see, something's happening that is very interesting in this game, and I don't want to spoil the fun what is happening. And unfortunately I have to face it somehow, and it happened to me like 3 times, basically, this thing that you can see here, and I didn't know from where it was coming, although I did that mission and I know what's going on, but it's made so sneaky and stealthy that you will have a lot of headaches to solve this situation. And as far as you can see, I just hopped onto another tent, and this is how I get away from the situation, because I didn't want to spend time with this thing to solve. And you will see if you will play this game what I'm talking about. And folks, it is so interesting also the behavior of the animals. You will see these animals are very interesting in this game. They are charging, they are interacting, and probably in the future we'll receive more updates, and they will be way more interesting regarding interaction with them. And these animals, basically, I don't know, a zebra, I think, charged my car and basically trashed it beyond recognition. I couldn't even start the car. So as far as you can see, we can hunt eagles also in this game, and it's very challenging to hunt eagles, although I didn't see any flying birds in this game for now, only this eagle in this map, and probably there are on the other maps, and probably we will see some bird hunting also if this eagle exists. So it means that the animation and the programming, it's already ready to be implemented. And yeah, I was surprised that you can hunt an eagle in this game. And Yeah, so as far as you can see, these are the animals that are on this map, and I'm coming back to harvest this lion as far as you can see, and this thing probably will happen to me again that happened before, and as I told you, I have to be very careful so I won't be harvested like these animals, and uh, I'm trying to figure out from where it's coming, this thing that is happening to me, and I just couldn't figure it out for now. And then it happened to me like 4 times, and I didn't see once from where it was coming, all the aiming and shooting and whatnot. And yeah, so we are after the elephant, folks, in this episode, and I will searching for them, and I will go through every lake and every major need zone of the animals, and we will be able, hopefully, to see at least one or two. And I'm so curious. And in the meantime, folks, we will go and harvest these animals that are in our way. And as far as you can see, I'm just trying to figure it out from where it's coming, that thing that is hunting me. And in the meantime, we took down this lion, and I have to be very careful because I keep getting hit, and I just cannot figure it out from where it's coming, because those rocks and the mountainside is so detailed and is so immersive that you cannot see the enemy basically. And I don't want to spoil the fun, as I told you, so I just stop yapping about this thing, and I let you discover if you will play this map. And probably there are also on other maps this kind of Easter eggs. And yeah, so I try to go backwards because I was attacked by a panther. And folks, this is what I miss from the major titles. None of them have the these iconic animals that this game offers, and I have to be careful so I do not get hit again. And yeah, so it is very surprising that these animals are in this game, and also their behavior. It's so much fun when they are attacking and their aggression, and it reminds me more about Call of the Wild. And I think Way of the Hunter should put up their game, and make some changes and bring some behavior updates in Way of the Hunter before they put it to a halt totally, because I tell you honestly, that game would be said to be abandoned in the state that it is right now. And hopefully it will receive more DLCs and updates if maps won't be available anymore, because I like to play that game, and probably it will be a classic very soon, and it will be played by many people for very long years. It's a very nice game, and also like Call of the Wild. I mean, depending how you play Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild, folks, my problem is that I didn't know about this spawning mechanism for a very long time, because I didn't watch YouTube videos and whatnot, and I was playing this game in my usual style as a hunting game should be played, and I didn't even realize that there are great ones and things in this game, and you have to grind. And I don't even know who came up with this idea to grind and turn something into from passion into obsession. And this is very far from my stance. And as far as you can see, my YouTube channel is not about hyping, it's not about um, financial income and affiliation and whatnot, but many people probably doing a living out of this, so I don't have anything against it. But it's a little bit damaging for this kind of genre, which is the hunting games, and basically the game that put on the map this genre, Call of the Wild, as far as I know, because before there we had only the Cabela games, but they were like some video games played in a bar basically, so they weren't open world games. And I watched sadly how Call of the Wild is degrading, and how it's taking a direction that it's a little bit shady basically. And I don't know, probably many of you will now get angry on me, but I didn't expect after a long hiatus when I came back to Call of the Wild to find what I found on that game. And the new maps basically, folks, are, I don't want to say are disappointments, but they are basically like recycled items, and it's a little bit of innovation here and there, but nothing substantial and nothing off the hook, as they would say. And this is what I'm expecting, folks, that Call of the Wild should explore its versatility and also all the richness that it has and all the great map design and the animal diversity that it has, and instead it's doing something else. I don't know why. Maybe the head of the development team is with a different mentality. I cannot tell what's going on with that company, but for me that game is dying basically. And although I know that they are hyping and they are yapping that it's a very, very successful game and many people are playing it, but folks, you will see that soon people will realize that it's a waste of time to play in a manner that they are playing it. That's basically about grinding. And as far as you can see, these small details that this game is offering are giving you an experience and a relaxation and a gaming experience basically that as games should be. And here, as you can see, we are just picking these baobab fruits, and we have to deposit them and carry upon us in order to restore our health. And probably more of these small and important details will come into this game, and that's what I'm yapping about, folks, that we cannot see in major titles this kind of attention and this kind of intention, because I don't know why. Explain me in the comments if you are able to explain. And I really hope that all major titles one day will learn their lessons from people like the developer of this game, and they will be able to tell that it is very damaging to pursue a kind of mentality and a kind of agenda basically. And we are in the gaming platform, folks, and not in the real life. And yeah, so somebody tell me in the comments how you can feed and give water to this horse, because I didn't manage. And as far as you can see, it says it's hungry and it's thirsty, and I didn't manage to fulfill any of these tasks. And I even tried to give him baobab fruit and he didn't accept. And this is why this game is so interesting, folks, and it's so fun, and it gives you this kind of experience that unfortunately, as I told you, and I'm continue bashing the major titles, they do not provide it anymore. And they were providing it at the beginning when I stumbled upon those games. And although it seems that Way of the Hunter with the next iteration probably will be something of the hook, and I was very surprised because that game seemed very, very abandoned and didn't receive any major DLCs nor updates. And at one point they started to give updates and DLCs and even a brand new free map, and I was surprised, and I was thinking that maybe they were working in silence and preparing for the next project and iteration of the game, and that's why that was those hiatus and silence around that game. And also I was very surprised to see Way of the Hunter on mobile, and I was so happy because I mostly play on my tablet, because here in the forest I rely on solar panel, and basically I store electricity in a EcoFlow Delta 2 power station, and I cannot play that much on PC. And I also do illustration, so the priority for me is the work, and then with the left juice and electricity I can play these games basically as much as the power is affording me to go. And yeah, so here, as you can see, we are still searching for this elephant herd, and I didn't manage to stumble upon them. And it seems that it's very, very empty, this map, for at first when you will start to play it. But as I told you, as far as you will be able to open the animals and all the interaction and everything, it will become very interesting, and you will see that it's very, very promising. And Basically, the most important thing for me is to be part of something and see a progress of something that is in this stage, and it's not in a bad stage because this game is developed for 2 years, and I can imagine those people who are playing since the beginnings, what are their experience and their impression basically at this stage, because probably it was achieved a lot of progression with this game, and I would be curious how it looked at the first iteration of the game when it was available on Steam. And here, as you can see, I am doing this grinding that I'm yapping about. That is not a good thing in Call of the Wild, but I have to do it here so I can afford more tents and I can afford more items to be purchased from the store, and then I can go and play relaxed and fun in a fun way this game, so I don't have to grind anymore. And yeah, so this is the process that I do in every game in Way of the Hunter in Call of the Wild. I usually go and open all the outposts, reveal all the map, and start to gather resources and items and gears, and then when everything is done, I just play the game as it should be, at least from my perspective. And yeah, so we are still searching for the elephants, folks, and I was very derouted basically, and induced in error because I went through all the lakes and all the major need zones, and the red need zones are big animals. And here, as you can see, I was very surprised when I hopped into this tent and I heard the noise of the elephants, and the first time in a game I saw an elephant roaming around me, and it was so fun. And this is the experience, folks, that I miss from Way of the Hunter and Call of the Wild also, and probably we will never have this kind of experience in those games because of the mentality and the agenda that is leading those games developers. And I'm so happy that somebody took the initiative and basically went on its own way and offered us this experience to also experience the development of this game and these kind of things. And uh, at first I was very careful, as far as you can see here, how should I harvest these elephants, because I didn't have the proper ammunition nor the weapon. Although I purchased a DLC with a high caliber weapon, and I don't know at this point if it will be enough for these elephants to hunt. And yeah, this is what they should do if we will see in other games the elephant hunt. It should be very difficult, and it should be very I don't want to say one-time experience, but it shouldn't be as abundant as the other animals harvest process is, and it should be something outstanding and something very special and something very hard to do. And I'm trying to positions these animals in a manner so I can take a frontal headshot, because as far as I saw in YouTube videos from hunting videos, I trying to scaring them here, maybe they turn and charge me, and then I can confront them from the frontal shot placement. But it unfortunately that they just ran away, and they are going exactly in the direction that they shouldn't go. And I was thinking at this point to hop into a tent and to get ahead of them, but you will see that what will happen here, it's surprising me, and that's what I like in Call of the Wild, basically, that animals are charging, and that's what I would like to see in Way of the Hunter also, to have this experience, especially with predators, folks. And you will see that right here we harvested, we will encounter some Cape buffalo, and that will throw off our elephant hunting basically totally, and it will give us quite a headache right here, I think. And yeah, so this buffalo is in my way, so I have to harvest it, and fortunately I have a very hefty gun that I get it as DLC, and the elephants are running away, as far as you can see, and we are charged by the zebra as usually. And this is a very fun part, folks. These zebras are crazy, are destroying your car, are kicking your ass basically beyond recognition, and I almost killed if I wouldn't had this baobab uh, fruits on me, probably I would be dead by now. And this is very, very fun, folks, in this game, and hopefully this small kind of details will come into this game more, and it will be way more abundant and way more fun to do it. And hopefully this game, folks, will be something between Way of the Hunter and Call of the Wild, and I don't want to compare it to neither, because this is somebody's work and probably he has his own mindset and his own visions. But I think this game would be somewhere in between those, and it should be an experience according how people want to play it. And if you want to play it as an arcade game, you can play it as an arcade game, and if you want to play it as a hunting simulation, then you will have the option to play as a hunting simulation, and probably the developer will listen to this request and will implement both options in the settings and give very, very sophisticated settings, basically. And there, as you can see, we discovered the hippopotamus also, but I won't hunt at this point the hippos, and I'm going after the elephants. And in an upcoming video will be more detailed information about these little details that you can see in this game. And here, as you can see, my tents that are placed strategically on the top of these mountains was very, very handy. And we found both elephants, and unfortunately they are giving us a broadside position, and I don't want to go to take my chance from this position, and I will try to work my way somehow in a frontal position. And as far as you can see, the animals are done quite nicely, and they are not sketchy as some people are thinking. And probably that this thing will be also developed, and it will be way more detailed, and the animation and everything is already very fluid, the movements and everything. And what it would need, this game, is way more effects and some map arrangement and refinement, basically, and then it would be very, very fun to experience. And as far as you can see, the elephants are turning back and bringing the favor in our position, and I have to get a position right here between these rocks, and I hopefully won't be stumped by them. And I will try to take cover somehow and take my chance to harvest this elephant. First time in my life in a game, and first time hunting an elephant. And I'm so happy that this game gave me this opportunity, and let's see the experience. And as far as you can see, the animation is very, very tricky, because she's bobbing her head up and down, so it will be a little bit hard to place a brain shot. And her tusks are missing, and I don't know what's the idea behind it, but probably it is something that was inspiring from the real life, when rangers are removing the tusk of elephants to save it for poachers. And folks, if this game would have a multiplayer with poachers and hunters, that would be a fun. And as far as you can see, I took my first shot, and unfortunately these animals are like tanks, and it's very hard to get a vital shot, and it seems that we managed to get a vital shot anyway. So probably if we would had did it from the first, we would be successfully harvested this elephant. And let's see what will offer this hunt, and what we managed to pull out of this shot placement. And unfortunately we cannot have too much detail for now regarding this aspect, like in Way of the Hunter or Call of the Wild, but probably in the future it will be way more interesting and way more detailed, this aspect too. So yeah, so as you see, unfortunately we just broke all the criterias, and we got only $128 for the carcass, basically. So yeah, this was my experience in this game regarding elephant hunting. If I recommend this game, yes folks, it's one of a kind experience, and it's very, very fun and interesting to be a part of something that is under development, and especially when it's done by somebody by himself only. And I know how it is like, folks, to be doing something like that, because I'm working also on a project that is done only by myself, on my own resources and know-how and knowledge. And you can follow the progression of my own project also on this channel, which is exposition and probably theme park with free entrance for children that I made like 15 years ago and lost like 4 times and rebuild it right now a 5th time. And I decided to keep all the copyrights and all the creative control for me, same as the developer of this game is doing, and probably he is willing to keep under control his work, and same as I do. And you have to understand that sometimes it's the better way to do things. And yeah, the way more important things, folks, is the interaction and the experience that we share with each other, and also the support that we have. And as far as you can see, this guy has quite a few people's back, and especially his family's back. And yeah, that's a very, very important thing, folks, in the life and in our earthly development. And this is it for now, today's video, folks. I hopefully didn't yap too much. If you like this content and this kind of work that I do here, I wait you in future videos. Thank you.